What is good, Lottery Stocks fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Yesterday, GameStop posted a video, a whole new way to collect on their YouTube channel as well as X. There is a lot of tin to unpack here, and we also just got some recent news. GameStop PSA partner for PowerPacks trading card platform. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Watch until the end of the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications on. GameStop has expanded its partnership with PSA to create a new digital trading card platform. PowerPacks will allow collectors to purchase digital packs that contain a PSA graded trading card. Each card will be opened digitally with the physical twin stored in the PSA vault. And once opened, cards can be shipped to the customer from the PSA vault, instantly sold back to GameStop, or held in the PSA vault with the ability to sell through PSA's partnership with eBay at a later date. Sell-back values will be determined by data tool, Card Ladder's dynamic pricing. Initial power packs will include Pokemon and football offerings with additional categories planned. Release tiers will be available at 25, 50, 100, and 500, and 1,000 with transparent checklists. Now, pay attention to this. This is what is so interesting. I'm going to skip over a couple things just so we don't have to read the entire article. GameStop reported in March that collectibles had generated $271 million in net sales in Q4 of its 2024 fiscal year. Now, those financial filings showed collectibles had accounted for 21% of GameStop's $1.23 billion in sales for Q4 and 19% of the company's total sales in 2024, an increase from 14% in 2023. Yet the stock price is down today off of what I would say some very, very bullish news. We are down to 22.66, down 1.39%. Now, before I tell you where I think we are going on the charts, this is the video from Buck the Bunny. I'm not going to play the music because I don't know exactly if it's copyright. The first things first that we see off the bat, Something Burger, okay? This is the first thing that we see. So this is kind of a troll, in my opinion, a hint that from Nothing Burger to now Something Burger. Let's keep watching here. We still saw the never close sign at the beginning. That was just there. We see the ape up here, widely regarded, right? This is clearly hints at the community. Long story short, there's a couple things that I want to cover here. We don't need to cover the whole video because we have a lot of the tin. One, there is a QR code on the billboard that we just saw. And this QR code takes you to right here. Rick Astley, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down, right? Is this a hint to the shareholders? Probably, likely, very clear as day. We saw Something Burger on the bag. Then the regarded sign with the ape. And it's basically a troll, then a QR code that takes you to this song, right? This, I think, is huge as well. All of this tin. So the first time we saw the PSA arcade, we saw Roaring Kitty's cat hanging sign where it said hang in there. But now that's changed to the same thing, but a baseball player catching with his arms up with huge bulgy eyes, and it says balls to the wall. And then we had Buck the Bunny post as well, him about to press the big red button. So there is something brewing behind the scenes, and they're trying to tell us get ready. Then also in the video, this is questionable towards hinting at Roaring Kitty. Now, all of the tin here in a breakdown, shout out to Morgan Hatton over on X. The Something Burger, the bunny's asleep in its paw, bag says Something Burger. A meme turned tangible. Wall Street called it nothing, but now GameStop's literally selling it. A flex, a joke, a warning. You thought it was empty? Keep watching. Then we saw in the arcade a broken screen. I could kind of skip to that here. Right here. Broke screen, out of order. This is the next piece of tin, next frame out of order, broke screen, CRT monitor shattered, red lights glowing. What kind of arcade has machines that don't work? The kind that mirrors a broken market. The joystick is untouched but powered. It's waiting for someone to play differently. Empty cabinets, flickering lights, rows and rows of red lit cabinets, but no games, no players. And guys, if you want to watch this video, I'll try to link the GameStop video in the link of the description so that you guys can go watch it with volume as well. It's only a minute. Like a trading terminal waiting for input, like a marketplace, silence during a run-up. You feel it, right? Something's off. The bunny runs. Now our sleepy plush launches into action. The same bunny that once held the burger is now sprinting toward the arcade score. This isn't just an animation, it's a narrative. We've rested long enough. Let's go. Then you have the banana gobbler and wet Look closely. New machines flash in the frame, banana gobbler, wet skee ball, absurd names, yes. Intentional symbolism, yes, absolutely. Bananas, retail, wet liquidity, they've gamified market mechanics. The red-haired bunny appears, arms crossed, confident. A new bunny arrives as this new character, a new version of the player. The tone shifts. Here, it's no longer just watching, it's about stepping in. The vault scene is loaded with Easter eggs. Let's discuss it. Lotus flower blooming, Slab Busters poster, Kobe jersey, baseball art balls to the wall, dice with arcane symbols, rules for the vault. Do not try to shuffle the slabs. Everything here screams, this place has power. You just don't understand it yet. GameStop and PSA, the screen flashes, yes, we are open, but it's more than that. GameStop and PSA, the top grading company, are joining forces, and it's happening inside a world where collecting, gaming, and culture collide. This isn't nostalgia, it's a platform. Press start, red glow, a lone bunny, a single button, press start. That is not a call to play, it's a call to choose. GameStop is quietly building the most gamified collecting experience the world has ever seen. Don't sleep on this, guys. It's a lot of tin, but clearly hinted at shareholders. Now, we need to talk about GameStop, where it's going to go. We broke below one crucial support line that dated back from March of 2024 before the big run-up, and we only kind of built it off of one wick down that we saw. So, in other words, this is the most weakness we have seen, in my opinion, in quite a long time on this trend. And we are breaking down here on the chart. Where are we going to go? Well, the good news is there's not a lot of levels that we can break down to, at least that I think we can break down to. One, $22.10 should be a hold. Between 22 and 22.10. Not only should this be a hold because of technical levels tested once, 2, 3, 4 would be a fifth test, and but also this cash on hand to market cap, as well as the monthly candle. So I think this is important as well. I think this monthly candle for the rest of the week can possibly close at 22.10, but dip into the $22 region, which is right at basically right above our cash on hand. And it also bases at a significant level. We tested this level back here. We built a full candle to the bottom of it right here, and ultimately floated above it for quite a while, tested it again right here, right? And now we are about to test it once again. Don't forget, we still have the golden weekly cross. We are just going to see a pullback on the previous monthly candle as well as this monthly candle before a possible move higher. Now the PSA partnership is actually in action, which GameStop's next earnings, I assume, in September is going to absolutely blow things out of the water. So if shorts were smart, we would see a huge green candle this upcoming month of August to likely test $44, with a possible September candle on these earnings to bring us much, much higher. Now, could we just see one candle to do all of this? Absolutely. But again, it's just to show you that we don't have earnings till September. AMC also finally announced that their earnings is going to be August 11th, Monday, which is interesting as well because we have been very, very much so looking at the middle of August for both of these plays. I do still have more drawings on GameStop that we, normally bring up. AMC pullback on the weekly. We're testing a key support level at $3, which is this descending resistance line, which is now a support line that we tested once, twice, tested as resistance, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically a lot of times, right? And if we break down here, we look at a more macro chart and we see that it's actually testing it as resistance. So it's odd. So we see it as support, but then we see it as resistance. Long story short, what you ultimately see here is a higher high, a higher low, ultimately building a spring for, like I said, the next monthly candle alongside GameStop to be huge. And both of those very, very bullish on. Leading me into crypto, the Bitcoin dominance chart. We recently got a leg down on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and we could very much so see one last continuation on Bitcoin that can bring us much higher coming into August, September, possibly October, but mainly August is the month we're looking at, right? And very similar thing happened right here. Bitcoin dominance peaked in about December of 2020. Then it bottomed out May of 2021. During this time period, you can see December 2020, May 2021, Bitcoin dominance fell off a cliff and bottomed, but during that period, Bitcoin actually ran from about 30,000 to about 60,000. Very similar thing if this beginning sell-off is a little bit of a drop-off for Bitcoin dominance for us to continue to fall. Now, what's so interesting about this is after this May bottom, we go and we take a look at altcoins, and that's actually when they peaked. So Dogecoin, we take, for example, May 8th, ending that same exact week. The Bitcoin dominance bottomed out May 9th, 2021. What we could see, very bullish case scenario, just talking about it, is Bitcoin dominance continues to sell off. We get one last push on Bitcoin, but ultimately a capital rotation probably around August 20th into these altcoins for all-time highs. Okay, this is bullish case scenario. Bearish case scenario, we continue to break key support levels on these altcoins, which we're seeing right now. And Ethereum essentially is topped out where it's at, which is not what we want to see because, as many of you know, we have these cycles lined out, and Ethereum could very well top out right around where it's at. So we have to be very careful where we're trading at right now, and we're going to watch it very, very, very closely. Best case, we want to see Ethereum get back above 4,000. It's a key psychological level. If we start trading above that, people will be very bullish, very euphoric, and altcoins will get the rotation they deserve. But again, I think the Bitcoin dominance has to fall a little bit. And yeah, that is essentially what we are watching. Before we touch on the overall market and some other plays as well as earnings, I want to tell you to get in the Discord very quickly. I'll just leave that right there. Take you 2 seconds, join up. You guys will not regret it. SPY sold off. Yesterday, we actually called a wick down into this liquidity zone about 635.75. We got a wick into it. This is the 4-hour time frame. Today, we scaled back higher pre-market, looking sort of like a bull trap, scaled back down, retested this pocket, and sold off even further. SPY on the 5-minute looks a lot more bearish, looking like we got a little bit of a double top, testing this liquidity, but ultimately selling further into it. Now, if the buyers absorb the sellers here, which case, based on the trend, there is no reason to say that the trend is over, except for the fact that we're at almost $640, and we did hit that just about, right? There's no way to say the trend is over because there has been a lot more net inflow into the S&P 500, as well as just buyers absorbing sellers on every single minute correction. But if we break under 634.20, watch for a flush and break down, hopefully, in my opinion, down to 630 or lower. Realistically, once again, at minimum, I think a move to 618 over the next couple of weeks would be healthy. But I also think that this is a waiting game for a correction. When GameStop, AMC, and altcoins are ready to get their move, what you're initially going to see is a correction on the S&P 500. Once we see the correction, then expect our plays to essentially begin squeezing or getting a lot of money flowing into them. Right now, capital is not rotating out of the SPY just yet, but we are seeing the beginning of a possible warning sign. Again, this isn't to say for sure, especially seeing we have a press conference today, FOMC, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Actually, that's tomorrow, but we do have, I believe, some data coming out today on the market that will affect what they say tomorrow. SoFi reported earnings up 13%. It actually was up a lot more than that. It came up to $25 a share. SoFi beat earnings, of course. Beautiful, beautiful stock. Beautiful, beautiful hold in the long-term portfolio and getting very, very close to price discovery. We only tested this level 3 times, and it was a very early on post-IPO. SoFi now tested it with strength, showing that over the years at these levels, the market, the big money decided that this company is valued finally at these levels during IPO, right post IPO. So now we are at 23.86. I believe we're coming up to 26.70, but there can be a pullback. So very warning, there's a gap fill down to 22.73. Keep an eye on that as well. UNH reported earnings down 5.34%, retested its low. Ultimately, not a good look for UNH. The chart is very bullish, and I'm glad we got out of it in the long-term portfolio up here when we did before we broke down again. And if UNH sells further, I do believe it's a possible buying opportunity between 266 and 193, but I will not try to catch this one. If we hit 193 at any point, which from here on out, that would be a fat drop. That would be another 27, 28% down. I'll buy some up. I will buy some at those levels, which could very well happen if we get some sort of market crash at the end of the year this year. Apple reports earnings Thursday. I want to put this one on your radar. I believe Apple is going to be bullish. We are testing the bottom of this wedge. And even if we break lower before earnings off of some sort of news or just some technicals, I believe Apple will recapture the top of this wedge. Okay, so just to clarify, if we break lower tomorrow before earnings Thursday out of this wedge, I believe post earnings on open, you're testing the top of this wedge, which will be about 22.75. If we don't, and we continue to hold it, then I do believe that Apple is likely to come 228.75 to 233. So again, 228.75 to 233 upon earnings. And that is what I anticipate, a big old green candle for Apple. AMD came all the way up to $182. You could have gotten this stock more than half off back in April. Okay, so about 3 months ago, you could have gotten this stock half off, and we were yelling it in the videos. If you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Celsius also doing beautiful. The long-term portfolio is looking very good. Webull is getting a pullback. I will be debating on adding more bull shares going forward. Overall, guys, it's probably a long video, but I hope you enjoyed. I think there was a lot of good information in today's video. Let me know your thoughts on the GameStop Push to Start Arcade tin. I want to know your thoughts coming up in August on altcoins and crypto. And then also, is the market in the beginning of a sell-off or not yet? Do you think we have to touch 644 before we begin to crack lower? Overall, guys, that is it. I love you all. Make sure to join the Discord server, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you don't have it on already. If you want a funded futures account, half off, use my link in the description. You can get up to 3 accounts to go trade on using Top 1 Futures. Go do that, guys. Don't sleep on it. Get my custom indicator if you need help navigating the charts, and leave me a message down here on a stock ticker you want me to cover. Also, go check the 1000X research tool. Subscribe to the second channel until we post there. You know, I just want to clarify. I had like 3 videos in total that were ready to go up on this channel that I filmed, you know, put the work in, paid an editor, and I didn't like the way they came out for you guys. I just felt like I didn't want to upload them over there. I know you guys would likely enjoy them anyway, but I just want more of a better post, especially for the first post. Yeah, join the members community. I see your guys' comments, and get in the Discord. I love you all. God bless. Lottery stocks out.